Come to a Rummage House sale with me.
I was headed to take my son fishing, as you can kind of see in the back seat, and we saw the signs for the Rummage House sale. For those of you who are new, there is a woman who owns a house and she uses it as a sale house. She puts all of her type of garage sale items in it and she opens it up every once in a while. I never know when I'm going to see those signs, but when I do, I always make time for it. So let's get to it.
Since I've been frequenting this place, she has expanded immensely, so she now even has a tent outside. Today there were a bunch of totes. I found these measuring cups that I thought would be really good for my husband when he's using chemicals or anything for the lawn. He is also always wanting to use funnels, and so those can be just for his stuff. I have passed on these two pieces before because of the reds. I love them otherwise. I still am not sure I will have a spot for them, but for 50 cents each, I just can't pass on them again. Then I saw these two Band-Aid tins. They don't look too terribly old, but they are aged since they are tins. There was a smaller one and a bigger one. I had just made one of these into a magnet, so I grabbed both of them. I am still collecting vintage office items for my husband's soon-to-be office trinket shelf, and so I grabbed those. Then I spotted a couple of older boxes that were full of greeting cards. I have a ton of get well soons, but how could I pass these up, even if I just use them for framing? She does not usually price items here, but I can throw it all in a bag, and she has been really fair in the past, so I was hopeful and grabbing a lot. Before finding more greeting cards, I did find some miniature angels that I will use at Christmas time. They may end up on a couple of my trinket shelves. But I found another bag of greeting cards that I just had to take. I didn't even get through them all. I just put them in the bag. Another box was filled with stationery, very cute, but I didn't have a need for them, so I left them for someone else. I have a couple of jewelry boxes already, but I thought this one was super sweet. I love the yellow color. And the wood is in really good shape considering. A little bit of cleaning up and it could be really, really neat. And it was even a music box. Moving on into the tent, she did have a lot of scarves, which I like using for gift wrapping, and I also like accessorizing my purses with them. So I grabbed the pink and red. I don't have just a plain red, so I was pretty excited about it. There were a couple of chicken figurines. I had to point this one out. The eyebrows make her look so angry. Probably because no one looks good in stripes. I'm kidding, of course. I used to be pretty scared of thrifting knitted or crocheted items like this. I just wasn't sure how the yarn would clean up. But I'm getting better about it, and so I decided to go ahead and get that for my vintage Christmas decor. Not sure where I'll put it yet. I stopped by the board games. She did have this vintage memory game. It's a little bit newer than the one I currently have. I really wanted it to use these owls for my refrigerator gallery, but it was all there, so I wanted to keep it all together, and I left it for someone else. Even though it was from 1980 and a super neat piece. I've been coming here for about 2 years now, and she has a couple of these trinket shelves that she uses for display. I love this one, and today's the day I might ask her if she'll sell it to me. She has a lot of trinkets, and this sweet little pig was just too cute to pass up on, so I did grab him. As you'll see here in a minute, someone donated all of their pig collection. When I visit here, I always look at these snaps. I know that there was I don't know if it's a ring watch or a bracelet, but each of these snapped on and it was interchangeable. And I had an idea for one of them, and so I was trying to decide which one to grab. I ended up grabbing that peachish colored one, but now I'm thinking I wish I would have grabbed a lot more, so I need to go back sometime. Here is another trinket shelf she has for display. I absolutely love it as well. There was this vintage angel on it that I was sure to grab. I also grabbed this little glass panda bear and this bird and nest. Since I have committed to another trinket shelf, I'm going all in. Here are some other pigs that are all a little bit too big for the trinket shelf. I really debated that one I just picked up. But then I saw this guy laying down. He is reading more spring and Easter, so I decided to get him for Easter decor. I don't have a lot of pigs, so he'll be a good ad. And another Vintage Worlds of Fun item. That is so interesting to me. I moved on to the records. I think my sister would like this Care Bear Christmas. I passed on it, but it seems up her alley. I have a lot of Christmas records, but I thought that this just scene was really pretty and could be used for decorating, and so I decided to grab it. You know I love these metal frames, and it's nice and small, so snagged that right up, as well as that star pin that I can use for wrapping, and 2 metal vintage jacks. Those will be so cute on the trinket shelf.
Like $5.
She always prices it so fairly, and I always have a hard time keeping my cool.
I have to ask, would you ever be willing to sell this music note trinket shell?
I'm not big on bartering or anything like that, so I was a little nervous, but I had to ask. I was only $5 in, right?
I was thinking about that. So yeah, if you'd want it, $5.
So here is the haul that I ended up with. This bag full of goodies for $5 and the music note trinket shelf for $5 as well, making $10 total. What a great day and a great stop.